I've set up my house with all sorts of HomeKit accessories, from smart switches to security cameras, and honestly, even though HomeKit's not perfect, I really like it. Let's set up a brand new home, add a new accessory, and go over a few tips and tricks. Once you open the Home app, you can create a new home and add all your rooms. This is where you'll control all your accessories once they're added. Now, really quickly, we need to talk about HomeKit hubs and bridges. Hubs are like the brain, and bridges are like the nervous system. The hub does all the real thinking, automations, and scenes, while the bridge will help you communicate with all your HomeKit accessories like locks, lights, and plenty more. But before we get into bridges, let's set up a hub. Hubs are really important because they let you control your home from wherever you're at, whether that's at the neighbor's house or across the country. So you don't exactly need a hub to use your HomeKit accessories, but without it, you can only use your HomeKit accessories when your phone is connected to the same Wi-Fi. You have a couple HomeKit hub options, either the HomePods or the Apple TV 4K. HomePods are pretty easy to set up. Just plug in the HomePod, bring your iPhone close, and follow the instructions that pop up. Once you have it set up, it'll show up in the Home app. Now in the Home app, you're able to control your new HomePod, change its settings, and make scenes and automations, but we'll get into that in a little. If you have an Apple TV as a hub, just go into Settings, then AirPlay and HomeKit, and make sure it's turned on. Okay, now that you have a hub set up, we can talk about bridges, because they're really important if you have a lot of HomeKit accessories. In my house, I've replaced almost all my switches with Lutron smart switches, and they're really nice, but they do require a bridge. In order to keep my hubs from being way overwhelmed and overworked, I have a Lutron bridge that talks to my switches. So that's the only way my switches can communicate is between the bridge and the switch. This is really good because it doesn't overwhelm my hub with all 30 or so switches I have. Instead, they can only talk to my Lutron bridge. My Lutron bridge is wired straight to my Wi-Fi router. Then it uses its own frequency to talk to all its switches. That way, everything happens super fast and there's a lot less interference. Okay, now let's talk about the Home app. The Home app has 3 different tabs: Discover, Home, and Automations. In my opinion, the Discover tab is pretty useless. It basically gives you an idea and shows you devices to buy for that idea to work. It's kind of just a big advertisement. Then the Home tab has all your accessories. And the Automation tab is where all the fun stuff happens, which we'll get into after we add some accessories. Okay, in order to add some accessories, we need to go into the Home tab. Then press the plus button on the top right corner and press Add Accessory. Then all you need to do is scan your HomeKit code, which is usually somewhere on your device or inside the packaging. Name the device and select a room. Now, Apple's added Matter over Thread support, which is really cool because it opens up a wide variety of devices, but I'm learning that not all Matter devices are supported with HomeKit, so you still need to make sure it works with HomeKit. Now that we have some accessories, we can get into the fun stuff like scenes and automations. A scene is kind of like a shortcut for your smart home devices. It's a button or command that you can create to control multiple devices at once. Let's make a bedtime scene so I can just jump in bed, press one button, and all my smart home accessories will work exactly as I want to for bedtime. Just like adding an accessory, press the plus button up top, but instead of adding an accessory, just add a scene. From here, you can press Custom, name the scene, and add some accessories. I want it to turn my lights off, lock my doors, turn the fan on, and set the thermostat to a certain temperature. I like to put all my scenes in Control Center, that way I can find them all super easily. All you have to do is go to Control Center, press the plus button on the top left, then you can add a control, search Home, and add your scene. Or you can just say the name of the scene using a magic word in your HomePod or iPhone. You can add automations the same way. For example, I have a door sensor on my pantry door, and an automation which will turn the pantry light on whenever the door opens. So when you go to add an automation, you'll first select what will trigger the automation. This could be just about anything, like time, location, or when a sensor detects something, like what I did with my pantry door. So let's pick when a sensor detects something, and I'm going to pick the temperature sensor in my HomePod in my living room. I'll select the accessories that I want it to control, which is going to be my fan, and then I'll select a certain temperature. Now, whenever my temperature rises above 75 degrees, my fan will automatically turn on without me ever even thinking about it. One last cool HomeKit feature is in the Shortcuts app. In this app, you can also make automations, but you can select many more triggers.